Well, all right, everybody, let's go ahead and get started, and we're gonna have some fun. If you're popping in and checking out the replay, welcome. And for all you guys who were able to carve out a little bit of time in your Monday to spend it, welcome as well. We are going to be closing out the Smarter by Summer challenge. Hopefully, this has been a really fun challenge for you guys. I had a lot of fun talking to, teaching you guys, and just sharing about AI and how to use these tools to build more productive businesses for our real estate, as well as just all these little fun tips as we've been going along over the last 75 days, which doesn't sound like all that much until you're actually in it. And then all of a sudden it's like this crazy amount of time. So for you who have been following along this whole time, who've been playing at home and replying to my emails that I've been sending each and every day, gosh, I'm very grateful for you guys. And hopefully this has been a big value to you. Now, what we are going to be doing today is we are actually going to kind of tie this all off with a little bit of a bow on the top. And we're going to do that by actually looking at how we can build our own prompt library out of all of the content that you have been servicing. So here's the deal. If you're watching this on replay, what you can do is you can go just down below and you will have access to a URL that'll take you to a document that I built out that's got all of the session one prompts, all of the session two prompts, and all of the session three prompts. And you might be asking yourself, well, Cody, uh, I'm right here. What about me? Well, not to worry. I am actually going to throw this in the comments for us. But before we get going too far, I would love for you guys to just share with me, what kind of successes have we had over this one, and feel free and throw that in the chat. And let's just let's celebrate together. I know today's kind of a bonus day, but I wanted to make sure that you guys could actually kind of enjoy the fruits of your labor. So here's that document, and Cheryl, social media was a big hit. Nice work, Cheryl. Mike, also social media. Yep, you've been running some social media. What platforms are you guys running on primarily? LinkedIn, Instagram? Okay, so are you building your posts for Instagram and pre-scheduling them? Are you posting them each and every day? What are you doing for that, Cheryl? You're doing a mix of both. Okay. Yeah, so the facebook.business.com is like one of the most powerful little insider tools that if you don't know about, you can gain access to. Let me see if I can't pull this up for us actually. It's part of the Creator Studio. Now, I do have a business page on Facebook. I'm just going to move this over here. Hopefully you guys can see this. But it's business.facebook.com. And what it lets you do is you can go to this little fancy schmancy planner. And Cheryl, I imagine this is what you've been doing. Yeah, it is. But you can actually schedule out all this content. And if you notice, I actually have quite a lot of content scheduled out too, because I do the same thing. And so this is really great. I do believe they've got a cap. It might be 75 days, which would be really funny. So, Cheryl, maybe you've been posting all 75 days as part of like a personal challenge during the Smarter by Summer. But it could also be 90 days. I don't actually remember that. But business.facebook.com is a really great way for you to access that. You can just get in here and pick which day you want to. Today's the 28th. So I could collect or I could click the plus and I could decide what I want to create, whether it's a post, a story, or a reel. And then from there, it lets me choose. I'm just going to walk you through this. It's going to let me choose if I want it for Facebook, for Instagram, or for both. And then from there you can start typing in here. And that's been a really helpful tool for me. Like I said, I use some of these prompts to build out content. In fact, I actually have a ongoing project right now. So a little shameless self-promotion. If you guys are X users, I actually just built out a X account for my company, Workflow Secrets. And funny thing about X, we actually capped the max character limit by one. So if you were to find me on X, it would be at Workflow Secret, but you can also search Workflow Secrets. It does seem to let the screen name come through. But I would be really grateful if you'd come follow me. I have 3 followers right now, and I think I am 2 of them. But we're going to be posting a lot of content on here and just sharing about real estate and AI and how we are using AI to build the future of real estate technology, which is the Systems Accelerator Manager. I call it SAM, our platform. So if you're an X person and you feel so inclined, I'll also throw that in the chat. But because I have been trying to grow this, I actually have put together a very long list of X's, tweets. I think they're tweets, right? Thanks, Mike. Yeah, of tweets. And and so what I have been going into the practice of, and we're about a week in, is just each and every day I have this. Now, at some point, I would like to find a nice little tool that I can take this and turn it into a CSV and plug it. In fact, that's kind of my plan. But right now, I am currently just manually doing that. And if you have a really great tool in mind, let me know because I am a big fan of using some AI tools. And the other really cool thing that you could do, I could take that list and I could import it into Canva Pro and use their AI to help create those as little card-based images. So that is one of the things that I've done. And I guess the completion of that thought, what I did to do this is I actually went into that custom GPT that I had built for my business that I showcased to you guys in session 3. And I explained what we were doing, and I explained that I wanted a list of tweets based on everything it knew about me and my business and Sam, and to build out some value. Now, I asked it for quite a few of them. So I've got 138, and not only did it give me the content to post, but also the cadence suggestions for posting that. So I know when would be a good time to post it based on just general thoughts. Now, here's the kicker of all of this. Don't just like grab this and post it. Obviously, I take these and I let those be kind of my grounds for thought, or I use these to kind of think about, gosh, what could I write about losing deals because you have missed emails. And so then I'm able to kind of weave the narrative. It's still organically me, but I got a little bit of help from AI. So that's what I've been doing over here. But for today, we we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different. That's a little side tangent, but thanks for sharing your guys' wins. Those are really cool. And social media to me is just like one of the easiest ways that you can win with AI because ultimately speaking, I like to say you have to feed the algorithm, but it makes it so much easier when you can actually utilize AI. And like I said, don't just like mass dump that stuff in there. It's bad content. I would imagine those platforms would demote or kind of knock down any just pure AI based content. But if you're driving value, people are going to notice. And so that's really cool. And that's a really great way to use it. Property descriptions, those are another really great one. Now, I did showcase this to you guys in my third session, but let me do one more thing for you. So obviously, if you're you're like, gosh, who is this guy that is talking to me? My name is Cody. I am a real estate technologist, and My life sits at the intersection of AI, real estate technology, and I have been hosting the 75-day challenge with my good co-host Kristen. And Kristen Carter is um, the builder, the founder, the grower of one of the biggest AI Facebook groups that exists, and she gets to not only do real estate because she's a full-time real estate agent, but she also um, does AI coaching. So she helps agents and teams implement AI into their businesses. So if that's something that you're interested in, I at the very end of this might even share with you guys how you could get connected to her. Now, for me, because I work in real estate technology, we have a platform. It is called SAM. That's what I was talking about. And SAM is replacing the legacy CRMs that most of you guys have probably been using for a very long time. And the reason for that, well, AI has just kind of fundamentally shifted how we are able to use technology and engage with technology. And so, in recognizing this, I realized, oh gosh, I've spent my whole career in CRM, and these tools are not really doing what they should be doing, what they could be doing for you guys. And unfortunately, I thought for a while, oh, I'm sure one of the big dogs will do it, but then no one ever did. So, as a personally motivated individual, that's what I'll call myself, I decided, well, gosh, if they won't do it, I will. And so that led me on this path to building SAM, the Systems Accelerator Manager. And gosh, it is such an incredible tool. We already have real estate agents and teams who are using it each and every day. And we've clocked about a 40% saving in their ability to manage their business just by using SAM. So that's been a really cool stat. Obviously, this is my demo account, so this is all fictitious data, but we have a contact database that is all AI enabled, which means that any information we plug into here, the system can actually use to learn from. And that's kind of a bad example of a contact. Let me go to my little demo contact. And so things like being able to add personal details that you probably already learned while you were working with clients, you could actually use that when you're writing outgoing messages like emails. You could ask the system to create messages for you, build a happy birthday message using the personal details section. So you can do really cool, like little magic tricks, kind of like this, using the power of AI to help do that. Now, all of this kind of leading up to a bit of a showcase, obviously, but you know, I, in my personal details, it talked about how I loved coffee, and there it goes. It shared that I loved coffee. Now, very much like those social media posts, I'm not going to send this. Not yet. I need to go and I need to edit it. But see how fast I was able to create some really personalized content. So that would be the contact section. But inside of the properties database, we have your property information. Property moves into a listing, and you might have a historic record of multiple times that property's been listed. And then once it moves into a transaction, the same could be said for that. So a lot of folks they keep historic information of those transactions, but sometimes they clutter up your CRM, and that kind of actually irritated me. So since you were talking about your property descriptions, this is a really cool thing that you can do inside of our platform. You can actually take these listings, and this is just a dummy listing. And as you can see, we've got some property details right here, and then we can go into that listing. And then under this marketing information, I can actually ask Sam to generate a listing description. So how cool is that? So not only could it build a listing description, but it can also build out all of my marketing and maybe even some special features. So that is how AI can help us. And if you noticed, it only used just a couple of words to be able to do it. So there are tools out there And there are people like me who are building them that can help you in your real estate business. And if that is interesting to you, you can learn more at workflowsecrets.info. Or at the end of this, I'm going to talk to you guys how you can keep working with me. I At the beginning of this and at the end of each section, I have been sharing how you guys can have access to Sam for the whole challenge. But a lot of you took me up on this, but gosh, we are at the end of the challenge. That's crazy. And so what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be sharing how you can gain a little bit more access. But let's go ahead and let's dive into kind of these prompts that we've been building out. And thank you guys for sharing that. That's really fun. I love to hear that you're having successes. I love to hear that this is actually working for you because ultimately that was the goal for you guys to save at least 11 minutes each and every day. Now, whether or not we got to that 11-minute goal, who's to say? But for all of you guys who tuned in and turned up and hung out and actually played along, you're probably much closer because you've actually been using these tools. And I am a notorious daily AI user at this point. I pretty well live and breathe within ChatGPT, within Grok, and then within SAM, as well as a handful of other tools. But you may not be there yet, and that's totally fine. But taking that first step is so important. And so signing up for this challenge was great, but actually engaging in this challenge is how you actually gain those wins. So sorry, excuse me. Talk into camera all day, and yet my throat gets a little scratchy when I talk to them. So here's what I'd like to do for you guys today. Now, I did post in the chat this document, so you guys can open this up. But you are only going to have viewer access. What I would encourage you is to make a copy. You go to File, make a copy, and when you do, it's going to ask you, "Oh gosh, what do you want to name it?" You can name it whatever you'd like. But this is my gift to you, and I try to do a good job of just kind of paginating all 75 days worth of prompts. So here is what you would actually call a prompt library. And the reason we call these prompt libraries is because these are all prompts that can be used again and again and again. Now, I suppose they could be in an Excel spreadsheet, they could be in lots of other ways. To be honest, I just use the control find and I go and look for something. So maybe I am looking for social media and I'm like, gosh, do I have any prompts? Media, if I could spell. Do I have any prompts that could help me with social media? Well, I actually have 12 of them being referenced. Now, this is a social media expert, but it's helping me with some captions. So that would work out. And I can literally just go through all 75 of these and start looking for. Or maybe I'm looking for a property description. And now I can seek out that property description. So this is a really easy way for us to actually be able to kind of use all of these. And my goal with this was to give you guys something that had a little bit of teeth to it, something that you can use for the next several months up to the next several years realistically. And you can take these and you can adapt these. Now, that is that's kind of the crux of this, and hopefully you guys have had a lot of fun doing this. I didn't imagine we'd hang out for far too long, but I wanted to spend some time with you guys. I wanted to celebrate with you guys, and so here's what I would love to do. I would love to stay connected. Now, if you have not seen me on the Facebook group, I do like to pop into our little Facebook community every now and again. Kristen does such a good job of curating all of the content and leading that, and I am just another community member. But Kristen has become a very good friend of mine, and gosh, she's just such an expert in AI. So I love pouring into her community, and I would really encourage you to do the same. But do this for me. when you see my posts, click on my account, and you can add me as a friend on Facebook. I post business content, I post life content, and I post things about me. You can learn about me as a human, or if you're like, Cody, we're not friends. Totally get it. You can add me on LinkedIn. That's almost exclusively business content. It's Cody Step as well. Or you can email me, Cody at workflowsecrets.info, and you can start a conversation. You can ask questions. Surely by now you have received at least 75 emails from me. You would feel empowered to be able to do so. Man, I've had a lot of really good conversations with you guys over this. I want you to know that because you took on this challenge and because we got to spend the last 75 days together, a little bit more than that, I consider you part of my tribe. I really do. And I'm always here for you. I'm always in your corner. And the work we do at Workflow Secrets with building SAM is to help real estate agents free time using technology for the things that matter most. Now, my father, we've talked about before, I'm a second generation real estate technologist, but my father had a business partner when I was growing up, his first company, and he shares this story, and I don't remember it from growing up, but he shares this story, and it always kind of touches me. But it gets to the root at something that maybe you've experienced as a real estate agent, or maybe you've had your coworkers or your team members or just other agents that you've found through proxy where his business partner friend, she was a real estate agent. She works for Coldwell Banker, and if you're not a Coldwell agent, no hate. We're all friends here. But she moved into real estate from nursing, and she did that because she needed a more sustainable schedule. Well, what a funny joke, right? If you don't think life is a comedy, you're not paying attention because it really is. But one night she was working late, and her husband, Sherman, was out on a business trip, and she got home, couldn't find her daughter. Daughter's like a little kid, old enough to be at home alone, young enough to worry her. I guess that's any age for parents, but she's frantically looking all around the house, and she could not find Amber. That's her child's name. And finally, she goes up into her room. Peggy does, and goes into Peggy's room, and she sees Amber's little legs sticking out of her closet. She goes and she's terrified, as any parent might, and she grabs her and is checking on her. And Amber, are you okay? And Amber's just asleep in the closet. And the reason she went to go take a little nap in the closet because she missed her mom, who was working yet again late trying to get another real estate deal closed, trying to get something moved through, making sure all of the things got accomplished, nothing fell through the cracks, right? And it was that moment that she shared that with my father that he realized, gosh, I have all these skills in building technology, and I could help real estate agents, just like Peggy, have more time. And so that is the why behind Workflow Secrets. And he kind of empowered me as a professional to take on that why. And so I want you to know, we're Midwestern boys. We live in Missouri, and us Midwesterners, we care deeply for hospitality and loyalty. And you guys very much, I mean it when I say you're a part of our tribe now, right? And so we're always here rooting for you. We're always here seeking how we can help you, especially using AI, especially building out these tools. But you deserve to be able to use tools that can free up your time for the things that matter most. I like to say that's friends, family, hobbies, and growing your business, right? There's a different season for each of those four, and each of those four are very important because the friends and the family are going to keep you grounded. The hobbies are going to make sure that you don't burn the candle at both ends. And then growing your business is going to make sure all three of those are well secured, and you need them all. You really do. And hopefully, this challenge has been really helpful for you to see, gosh, here's how I could use AI. Here is the fundamentals of AI. Here's some concepts on what would be next. What can I do using AI? Some systems that I could place into my business. Maybe they start off manually and then maybe we start building them into an actual piece of software. Well, that's what session 3 was all about, is what kind of software is even out there. And I briefly showcased SAM to you guys today, but I love helping real estate agents be successful using technology. The technology that I share most often with is SAM, my actual software, and I do that because we've worked my pops for the last 35 years. He's helped now tens of thousands of real estate agents build successful businesses with their software, and he's empowered me, imparted upon me, whatever. And I took up the torch and I started building Sam. And then when he became available, I brought him back into the fold. And in doing so, we've been able to build some really cool stuff. And so that all kind of comes to a hedge where I would love to invite you, if we were to look at what is the next logical step, right? I talked about that in session 2, and then we looked at it in session 3 again. Well, the next logical step I would like to say would be to get you inside of Sam, because I know that maybe your broker provides a CRM, or maybe you already have a CRM, but 72% of real estate agents have a CRM, and very few of you guys actually enjoy using your CRM. And then you find yourself looking around every 2 to 3 years trying to find a new system. Well, I would love to give you guys access to a tool that you don't need to look for a new system every 2 to 3 years, because it is so helpful. It becomes that teammate. And that's what we're building in Sam. So one last thing before I kind of close this out, and this is not meant to be a pitch fest, but I did want to show you guys this. Now, on my YouTube page, Workflow Secrets, we have all of the challenge videos, and I actually have a behind the scenes about how we actually build out. But this is a automation that it was built for this specific challenge. So if you look at this, here's event 1, and here's all the emails that you guys got sent. Here's event 2. Here's all of the emails. And then here's event 3. Now, this is pretty standard. Workflow automations are nothing new, but these automations are all being triggered based on a specific date, that specific date being the Smarter by Summer date, right? And then you guys all have a tag in your database, but then these all get triggered. And the coolest part is this was all built by Sam. And so you can do some really incredible things with this. And, it could be birthday experiences. It could be, um, reaching out to your leads and letting them know what you're up to or how you can help them more. There's just so many things that you could do out there. And if I were to encourage you guys, here's a little one-off for a notification that we send out. Lots of stuff. I could show you things for all day, all long. But there's a world of little small, tiny processes. Each of them probably only takes about 3 minutes, and you could, justify to yourself, oh, well, it's only 3 minutes. Well, a world of small processes stacks up. You get 10 of those, that's 30 minutes of your life. And 30 minutes of your life, well, maybe that's a quick little Instagram scroll, but maybe it's 30 minutes each day. Well, now all of a sudden we're looking at 5 or 6 days worth of 30 minutes of tasks. And that's 2 or 3 hours. Well, there's 4 weeks in a month. Now we're looking at, 4 to 5 hours each month. That's 4 to 5 hours that you could be investing into your people, you could be investing into your business, or you could be investing into yourself, your friends, your family, your hobbies, or growing your business, right? And if you wanted to look at some of the most successful real estate agents, they're using systems. Now you have the keys to the kingdom because you understand how we can use AI to empower that. So that is what I have. If you need anything, I'm always here for you. Cody at workflowsecrets.info. I would love to give you guys 14 days of free access. If you've been inside for the whole challenge, don't worry, guys. Reach out to me and I will reset your account so that you can have a little bit more access. And if you are looking for the best AI coach in the game, man, you just can't get better than Kristen. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it today. Mondays are kind of busy for her. I think she's working on 3 transactions right now. So you got stuck with me, but you can go to stan.store/Kristen Carter AZ. And she does AI implementation for real estate teams as well as just one off agents. And you can do that one on one with her. You can see the different packages that she offers. And if nothing else, stop by and say hello in the Facebook group. Share often how you're doing, what you're doing with AI, and some of the cool tools that you're finding along the way. And gosh, guys, I hope you feel smarter because I know that if you engage in just one small little task, you are, right? And I will use that to close out today. But I wanted to thank you guys for showing up. Thanks everyone for playing along. And we're going to be doing more events like this. I will probably reach out to you guys pretty soon with some ideas for additional events that you could get involved in. If you've enjoyed this, if you're having fun with these kind of events, the kind of crowd focused engagement. And gosh, we're gonna move into the fall, hopefully busy season, as we like to call it, for your real estate business has been productive. And I hope that now you can go sit on a beach and or in front of a pool and know that you are that much better for it. But until next time, guys, I will see you very soon.